Sometimes even a Spider-Man just wants to live a quiet life. But quiet don't last long when your name is Miguel O'Hara. At the urging of his girlfriend Tempest, Miguel did something he normally wouldn't. He went on a game show, not as himself, but as something more. And when the crowd saw what he could do, they weren't just entertained, they were stunned. But not everyone was clapping. At Parker Industries, Peter Parker had a few thoughts. Through a video call, he let Miguel know that showing off powers on live television wasn't exactly subtle. Secret identities are hard enough to keep after all. Miguel, though, brushed it off, said the world had plenty of spiders these days. Silk, Spider-Woman, Miles Morales. After the call ended, Miguel turned to business, the real kind. He called in his assistant Raul for updates on Alchemax and a new prison being built. Raul tried to ease into it with a Wizard of Oz joke, one that flew right over Miguel's head. So he called in Jasmine, who got the reference, but somehow that turned into a whole debate about who has an assistant. Miguel had to raise his voice to get them back on track. That's when he heard the news. Parker Industries had cut Alchemax out of the project. Empire Unlimited would be building the superhuman prison instead. Miguel asked if that was even legal. Raul said he'd find out. As Miguel left the lab, he met Roberta Mendez, Jasmine's assistant. She said he looked familiar. Jasmine suggests that he saw him on TV, but Roberta says she doesn't own a TV. Miguel didn't think much of it. Down in the basement, though, Miguel had a secret, a time portal, built by his own hands. It could take him back to the year 2099, but only for an hour at a time. Each time he returned, he hoped to find things changed. Better, saved. But every visit brought the same devastation. Nueva York, still in ruins. The future, still broken. This time, as he stepped through the portal, 2 tribal scavengers attacked. No time to fight. He webbed their feet and escaped back to the present. He told his AI, Lila, that nothing had changed, which meant someone, somewhere, maybe Alchemax, maybe someone else, would still destroy the future, and he had to find out who. Elsewhere, at Alchemax headquarters, Ty Stone and Matt Gargan were having their own heated conversation. They suspected Miguel had sabotaged their prison deal. Just then, Liz Allen walked in, introducing a man named Walter Johnson, Department of Internal Security. Johnson didn't mince words. Supervillains weren't content with world domination anymore. Now they wanted chaos, terror, and the DIS needed Alchemax to build a place to hold and question these new threats. Gargan called it what it was: torture. Back in the quiet suburbs, Roberta returned home. Her kids ran to greet her. She asked her husband if they'd ever met a man named Miguel O'Hara. He said no, but as she hugged her children, someone was watching. Captain America from 2099. Meanwhile, Miguel and Tempest shared a moment together at the Bijou, a fancy little restaurant tucked away from the madness. She had something to tell him, something big. But before the words could leave her lips, a truck crashed through the wall and exploded. Miguel hit the floor hard. Smoke, fire, screams. He forced himself up, dazed and desperate, calling for Tempest. Then he saw her, lying still on the ground, and before he could reach her, everything went black.